Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Here's Umbrella Academy, being the battling card game based on the comic series. You can see it uses artwork from the comic series and not from the show. You can have a rule book, which we'll take a look at in a few minutes. And then we're going to have a board that we put out. Now, this board is only with the Deluxe edition, and it's fairly useless. You can see here that it's a glossy board. I think the artwork on it is amazing. As you'll find out, most of the artwork in this game is amazing. It's just a place to put your cards. And one of the bad things about this thing in general is that it's not very user-friendly. So if you're playing cards out to the table, it's just, you're not going to be able to fit very many on here. It's just, it was printed square instead of rectangle, so it wasn't as it was designed to be. So the board is not actually very good. Now you're going to have an Apocalypse card. That will be the final battle. You always put that right up there. You will have a Start card that has a little baby on it. Really doesn't serve any purpose, but to tell you who the start player is. You also have a Giant Hero Attack deck. So these have a ton of cards that will be in it. There's not a place on the board for it. And you will just have artwork from the comics on there. Now you have humongous pictures here with very little numbers up here on the left, which is fine. I don't feel like anything was user. Down here you have something that will have sibling rivalry, remove one villain attack but lose one life bar, so you can play it for the action. But they kind of fill up the entire card, if you will. There's no border to it. But I think the artwork works fantastic. The problem with the cards, I guess, is that they're so similar. You know, they might have 9 attack and 2 heal. This one's 5 attack and 1 heal. This one has 9 attack and 2 heal. I mean, the cards are just very similar as you go through. You're also going to have this dysfunctional family deck. This is more like a random event thing. Sometimes they'll boost cards to the villains. Sometimes they'll do add extra villains to the attack. They'll do different things. And they have pretty good artwork on it. I love the artwork in this game, I'll be honest with you. Place this card in Hero card. The player cannot use a special power for the turn. So just random events that will come up. You're going to shuffle these up and you'll place them out on the board. You're going to have these villain attack cards you can see. And these cards are pretty thin. I think you might want to sleeve them if you're going to keep it. Once again, just like the hero attack cards, I mean, they're pretty generic. The artwork is nice on it, but 8 attack, 2 damage. 8 attack, 2 damage. 8 attack. I mean, these cards are just the same. They just have different words on them. 5 attack. So just attack and how much damage they do. Anyway, you shuffle those up and you place those there. You can have any number of villains. I mean, the villains all have great artwork on it. Scenes, I'm sure, from the comics. But the only thing that really matters is this little number on it. This little number tells you how many attack villain cards you're bringing out. In this case, 7. In this case, 9. In this case, 6. In this case, 9. In this case, 6. I mean, nothing matters except for this very small number they put right here. That's it. The artwork is great. They do have attack and damage on the back of them. And that is great, too. And those will be put out right here. Now, inside the insert, my version came with these little things. The manual doesn't tell you what to do with them. They're pretty pointless if you ask me. I was able to play the game multiple times without them. I didn't bother to look up to see what they do, but it's not in the rulebook. Here's the rulebook for the game. I found it to be really cool just to cover the rules. I don't know, that was clever. It's going to fill out. It's going to be black with white words, and it's going to kind of fold out. The rules here are terrible. They don't really work that well. There's been a lot of complaints about them. There's a lot of things that aren't explained in here, like what to do with those cards and kind of how it goes through. So there's a lot of things you don't. The rules have been rewritten and put on the internet. I'm going to go off the new rules and not this and kind of explain the game that way because I think those rules are better. This is pretty much garbage. Even though there's nothing in here that tells you, before I even received this, there were new rules online. So these are hot garbage. Download the ones off the internet. They're a little bit better. So you also have these life bars that will be used as you're going through the game. I'm not really sure if this life is a bar and this death is a bar. It is what it is, but it's really kind of cumbersome. So you take one of these life bars and you take one of your characters and then you kind of shift it down. I guess when death is showing, you're dead. You do get a number of characters in here. You get number 5, the Rumor, Space Boy, the Kraken, Vanya, Seance, and the Horror. I've got to point out, these powers are not balanced. Some are just clearly better than others. Rumor is really good. I found Vanya to be really good. Seance is really good, but they're not balanced whatsoever. My copy did come with additional ones. Abijah, Dr. Zoo, The Monocle, Inspector Lupo, Mom, and Pogo. I think these are Kickstarter exclusives. I don't know, but they were in my box. I did get the deluxe edition of my game, so these are in here also.